Hare Krishna, welcome to Amritvani program. Dandat Pranam to all devotees. High Grace Yamuna Swarup Mataji will be giving her transcendental words of wisdom. Once again, welcome you all. Although chanting of the holy name is complete in itself, initiation and deity worship are still necessary for purification. To chant the holy name of the Lord, one need not depend upon other paraphernalia, for one can immediately get all the desired results of connecting or linking with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It may therefore be questioned why there is necessity for initiation or further spiritual activities and devotional service for one who engages in chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The answer is that although it is correct that one who fully engages in chanting the holy name need not depend upon the process of initiation, generally a devotee is addicted to many abominable material habits due to material contamination from his previous life. In order to get quick relief from all this contamination, it is required that one engage in the worship of the Lord in the temple. The worship of the deity in the temple is essential to reduce one's restlessness due to the contamination of conditioned life. Thus Narad in his Panchakriti Vidhi and other great sages have sometime stressed that since every conditioned soul has a bodily concept of life aimed at sense enjoyment, to restrict the sense enjoyment, the rules and regulations for worshipping the deity in the temple are essential. Srila Rupa Goswami has described that the holy name of the Lord can be chanted by liberated souls, but almost all the souls we have to initiate are conditioned. It is advised that one chant the holy name of the Lord without offences and according to the regulative principles. Yet due to their past bad habits, they violate these rules and regulations. Thus, the regulative principle for worship of the deity are also simultaneously essential. Sri Chaitanya Charit Amrit Adi Leela 7.76. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा शिल
Thank you.
प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी की जय। श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। We have discussed all these things, various steps like chanting and chanting offenselessly. Then also it is required that to be free from contamination, we must try to do deity worship so that we are more involved in bhakti. Then about the regulated principles we have discussed, which are the regulative principles, everything we have discussed, but we will see how it is to be observed, these regulative principles, how to observe. So today we will discuss this. And so first we know that chanting is abhyasa, practice, and in a devotee's life, and vairagya is to follow the rules and regulations, regulative principles. So Srila Prabhupada explains that one has to observe the prescribed rules and regulations as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Yuktahara Viharasya. When one engages in devotional service, in Krishna consciousness, he still has to eat, sleep, defend, mate, because these are necessities of the body. But he will perform such activities in a regulated way. He has to eat Krishna Prasad. He has to sleep according to regulated principles. The principle is to reduce the duration of sleep and to reduce eating, taking only what is needed to keep the body fit. In short, the goal is spiritual advancement, not sense gratification. Similarly, sex life is only for begetting Krishna conscious children. Otherwise, there is no necessity for sex life. Nothing is prohibited, but everything is made yukta. Yukta means regulated, with the higher purpose always in mind. By following all these rules and regulations of living, one becomes purified and all misconceptions due to ignorance become nil. It is specifically mentioned here that the causes of material entanglement are completely vanquished. Kapita is a flower which is known in Indian vernacular as kaita. We do not find, in English name for this, but its fruit is generally not accepted by human beings. It is eaten by monkeys in the forest. Now, Dhruv Maharaj, however, accepted such fruits not for luxurious feasting, but just to keep his body and soul together. The body needs food, but a devotee should not accept foodstuff to satisfy the tongue in sense gratification. So, sense gratification is not so important. Just to keep the body and soul together, one must eat simple food. It is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita that one should accept as much food as necessary to keep the body fit. Uh, but one should not eat for luxury. Dhruv Maharaj is an acharya, and by undergoing severe austerities and penances, he teaches us how one should execute devotional service. We must carefully know the process of Dhruv Maharaj's service. How severely he passed his days will be shown later. But uh, we should always remember that to become a bona fide devotee of the Lord is not an easy task, but this due to this Kali Yuga, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it has been made very easy. But if we do not follow even the liberal instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how can we expect to discharge our regular duties in devotional service? So, just the principles must be followed. We can't do austerity like Dhruv Maharaj, but if we follow the basic principles and we do not disregard the regulative principles given by a spiritual master, so it becomes little easy then. Just chanting the regulative 16 rounds, regular 16 rounds, instead of indulging in luxurious eating for the tongue, simply accept Krishna Prasad offered to the Lord. This does not mean that with our fasting, the Lord should also fast. The Lord should be given food stuff, which is as nice as possible. But we should not make it a point to satisfy our own tongue. As far as possible, we should accept simple food stuff just to keep the body and soul together and to execute devotional service. These are the basic things, how to follow the regulative principles so that it becomes easy for us to do bhakti, to chant, to hear the holy name of the Lord, and thus try to become a better devotee. But instead, if we do our own mental concoctions and one breaks the regulative principles, thereby the bhakti is lost. So, thus, no conditioned soul is free from such reactionary experiences. because material existence means continued suffering or enjoying of past activities. Thus, it is more important that we concentrate on chanting, deity worship, follow the regulative principles, take initiation, so that our bhakti goes on smoothly. Thus, this makes Krishna consciousness more easy and smooth to follow. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. His Grace Rup Vilas Prabhuji ki jai.
His Grace Yamuna Swarup Mataji ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. All
Mataji,
glories.
today is the wedding anniversary of Vaibhav Prabhuji, son of Satyanarayan Gupta Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. May Lord Radha Bihari bless him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So shall I end the session?
Yes,
Shri
Mataji. If you
Hari
can
Bol,
unmute everyone, they say Hari Bol.
Hari Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol, Hari Bol.